Welcome back to Red Devils Talk, everyone. Me, your host, Session, and breaking news. As you see in the thumbnail and wherever else you might have seen it, it has been reported, and the club has made an official statement that Richard Arnold has stepped down as Manchester United's CEO. I will read the entire statement for you in today's video and many other reports that have followed this breaking news. And in my opinion, I celebrated it like it was a goal. But subscribe to the channel, please, drop a like, and of course, share it to your friends and family. I want to grow the community and get your comments in below so that I can definitely answer them and we can interact and talk about the great Manchester United. So let's get into it. I want to read the statement immediately, and this is what it says. Richard Arnold has decided to step down as chief executive of Manchester United after 16 years with the club. Patrick Stewart will take over as interim CEO in addition to his existing role as general counsel, with Richard continuing to provide transitional support until the end of December. So he'll still be in and around the club until the end of the year, but the decision has been made, and although the club says that he basically has stepped down officially, I do believe that he was sacked, fired, for those who are not familiar with the term being sacked. And it goes on to say that a search process will be carried out for a new permanent CEO. And this is what Joel Glazer had to say about this. I would like to thank Richard for his outstanding service to Manchester United over the past 16 years and wish him all the best for his future endeavours. We are fortunate to be able to call on the deep knowledge and experience of Patrick Stewart to provide interim stability and continuity as we embark on a search for a new permanent CEO. And Richard Arnold said this in his response. It has been an incredible privilege to serve this great football club for the past 16 years. Through highs and lows, the constant has been the dedication of our employees and fans. I would like to thank all of them for their loyalty and commitment and wish everyone associated with the club the very best for the future. Lastly, Patrick Stewart said, together with my leadership team colleagues, my job will be to ensure that the club's foundations remain stable while we embrace changes that can make us stronger over the long term, on and off the pitch, and to support the search for a new permanent CEO. Now, on that point of a new permanent CEO, there are a lot of reports that have come out and have said that Claude Blanc is under consideration to replace Richard Arnold on a permanent basis. And that is via The Athletic, who is a very credible source. That's good news. And should that happen, we will be seeing massive change behind the scenes with the footballing structure of Manchester United. Jean-Claude Blanc showing his excellence and his abilities with the Olympic Games, with him taking charge of PSG and broadening and expanding their brand and making them as famous as they are now, with the work that he did at Juventus and them winning league title after league title for almost plus 10 years. You know, he knows what he's doing and he knows how to run a big club. Juventus, it is not just a pushover club. Juventus is a massive club in Italy, and he has showed his ability and his work ethic there because they were successful under his reign. And if he is the number one consideration, then I would say definitely, please welcome to Manchester United, Jean-Claude Blanc. And we have to understand this. Richard Arnold was not a good CEO. We have to be honest. I, for one, gave him a fair opportunity when he was appointed as CEO after Ed Woodward left the club. And I thought to myself, you know what, maybe he will come in and change a few things. But he ended up just being another Glazer puppet in my book. And that was not good. With the likes of statements coming out with him saying that the club, one, didn't have money, two, we have to find ways to make deals in the transfer market. That showed a sense of safeguarding the Glazers to me. And this past transfer window that we had before the season started, I mean, the absolute shambolic show that was the Mason Greenwood situation, there wasn't a conclusion, but he advocated and wanted to bring him back. And I was always personally vocal about not wanting to see Greenwood play for Manchester United again. Yes, he's out on loan, and we're not sure what will happen in the future. But I've personally always said that I do not want to see him in a Manchester United jersey. But that's another conversation for another day. Richard Arnold needed to be replaced. He was not at the level that we needed in order to move forward as a football club. You look at other big clubs and their CEOs, those are football people. Bayern Munich have football people in place. You want to talk about Manchester City and they're cheating? Fine, no problem. I agree that they are fraudulent in what they are doing. The facts are there. But their footballing structure is absolutely excellent. You look at the likes of Barcelona, excellent footballing structure. Real Madrid, excellent footballing structure. And these things start at the very top from the CEO and it filters down into the club. If the CEO knows exactly what he's doing and knows exactly how to drive the club forward and, shall I say, be at that elite top level that we need to be, Jean-Claude Blanc is that man. Richard Arnold was not going to take us there. Even if we got in Sheikh Hassim and Qatar, he would not have had a job. He would have also been replaced. Now, you add Jean-Claude Blanc and you bring in a Paul Mitchell with him as a sporting director. Now, there's a team behind Ten Hag that can definitely change our footballing structure for the better. It's exciting. I'm not going to lie. I, for one, was not very happy when Sir Jim was seen as the only candidate and him potentially getting this 25% stake to take over the footballing structure. But if he brings in a Jean-Claude Blanc as a CEO, if he brings in Paul Mitchell as a sporting director, who are we to actually say no to that? That would be elite. These are two people that are excellent at the top level of football, professional football, and we need to respect them for that. And if Sir Jim brings them in and everything is official, we have to give him credit. We have to then, for once, actually accept that Sir Jim is doing a good job for Manchester United. Now, whether it bears fruit in the long term, we will have to see. But bringing in the right people is a good step. Removing the people that is not good enough and that is holding us back is a good step in the right direction. Yes, we want the Glazers to be completely gone. I, for one, want a full sale. But this is a step in the right direction, as I continue to say. Other reports that came out said that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is expected to make further changes after his minority stake is ratified. Sir David Brailsford, formerly the performance director of British Cycling, is set for a key role, with him and Ratcliffe also weighing up options for a sporting director appointment, also via The Athletic. There is a team that Sir Jim is trying to assemble to change the fortunes and footballing structure of Manchester United. And it does and seems to have been including Sir Dave Brailsford. And we know, as I said, Jean-Claude Blanc and Paul Mitchell as CEO and sporting director behind Erik ten Hag. Now, it's not to say that Sir Jim would not be getting rid of Erik ten Hag. Jean-Claude Blanc and Paul Mitchell might decide to sack Erik ten Hag and feel that another manager could be what is needed for Manchester United. I, for one, personally don't think so, but we don't know that. They will have the power, and if that is what they do, we might have to accept it if that decision does come. But I don't think that would be the right choice or the right decision that would be made. Further reports, as I'm just going through it right now, says that via Simon Stone, he says there will be a gap of 6 to 8 weeks between the announcement of the Sir Jim Ratcliffe deal and its confirmation by the Premier League, during which time the British billionaire will be unable to contribute to club operations. We'll see about that. Everything happens with time. This could all be PR. It could just be reports wildly put out there via The Athletic by Sir Jim and his people. But it is the news. It is the breaking news. And I want to read that to you and be honest about it. Because we adore the club and we want the club to be at its best. And that can only happen when we have the best people in place. Jean-Claude Blanc, Paul Mitchell are those people, and they are available. And if Sir Jim, as I said, brings them in, that will be, and credit will be given to him. And you will then expect a proper footballing structure to be put into place because of these two people, and because of the experience and the evidence and body of work that they have showed in previous years at previous clubs. They showed excellence. They showed progression. They showed a level of consistency with one, bringing in players, selling players, and winning trophies. So it is good decisions that Sir Jim will be able to make should he make those decisions. And in my opinion, if these decisions come in before the January transfer window, we might just be getting in a few players and getting rid of a few. But again, another conversation for another day. But guys, Richard Arnold is no longer and will no longer be the CEO of Manchester United. He'll still be in and around the club, as I said earlier on in the video, until the end of the year. But the club has released an official statement, and we are going to be seeing change in the footballing structure of Manchester United. Thank you for joining me. Of course, drop a like and share it to your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel, please. I appreciate your support. Till we see each other again soon, Red Devils. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.